Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I'm on my job, I get it done, but you should know that. Shine like a sun, a 101, you should know that. I get the front and in the back, you should know that. No need to stun, it's never cap, you should know that. All I know, 10 toes, never fold, bang roll, on the go, ice swap, ice swap, ice swap. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. I miss my baby, so I hit them on the FaceTime. I need it all for them, so no, I cannot waste time. Facing these oceans, feel the water on my waistline. We trust the process and I only know it takes time. You can get it, got no worries, I'm gon' make mine. Going global, I'ma get it out the state lines. Paying taxes at a more than what you make now. Different bracket, eating off a different plate now. For my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, and play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Came for my wins, I need my ends. This life is real, can't play pretend. Came off the bench, I get it in, I get it in, I get it in. Time to run it all. I wake up. Yeah. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep. No rest. Might crash. Might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell 'em run it all. I wake up. Flex. Thumb down now. Check. No drip. This. Wet. Tell 'em run it all. No sleep, no rest. Might crash, might wreck. But first die. Stretch. Tell 'em run it. 9 out of 10 roll through my hands, I'm by my lonely. Turn to a savage, now my baby wants to hold me. I love my fans, don't need no friends. I got my...
Good morning all. Hope everyone is well. Happy Monday. Hope everyone had a great weekend. And we're back. We're back to business here. Monday, and let's have a look at what is going on. Let me make sure most systems go. As far as I can see, everything is good here. Yes, sir. And yeah, let's get into it. Morning to everyone. Morning to YouTube chat here. Morning to Zoom guys. Although we spoke day before yesterday. Speaking. Let's have a look at news, right? Always start off at news. We're going to be Monday today. So daylight saving time shift. So New York Open should be an hour earlier for me because Europe has not changed daylight savings just yet, right? So we've seen Europe not change daylight saving. I believe Europe daylight, it will be end of March for Europe, which is a very wide gap between March and between US and Europe here. But daylight savings, which means we get New York even closer. So that means the gap between London and New York, that dead time period, is going to be actually a little bit smaller now, by 1 hour basically. So New York will open for me 4 p.m. where it used to open at 5 p.m. So earlier open. As for today, no real news here as we can see. Pretty clean. Tomorrow we do have claim and count change. It's going to be one of those GBP weeks where we have all the GBP news every single day of the week. You remember that second week of every month we kind of have that where we have every single day some sort of news. Hopefully that price starts to bring in volume with the news, and then we see continuation post news would be ideal. Not just news bringing in volume, but we'll see if we can do something with news this week. Look into what I'm expecting, and maybe we could try something here or there if I'm feeling confident enough to do so. So obviously CPI tomorrow as well for the USD. So we have CPI and we have claim and count change here, which is basically employment. If you were to look at it, it'll tell you here change number claiming unemployment, right? So expecting that number to go up. Then if we go ahead and look at here, we have GDP coming back. They expect GDP to come back stronger here. And then on Thursday, we are clean. Bit of PPI news. And then Friday, we are also clean. So yeah, not too much. We just have basically Tuesday and Wednesday, 2 news days here. So we could, see what happens after that and, trade that as we always do and manage that. So let's go ahead and look at the charts here, see what we got going on the charts. As always, going to start off on the daily time frame here and actually weekly and work our way down here. So weekly candle. So weekly candle closing quite bearish here, but we're still respecting the top of the range. So as long as we can respect the top of the range here, then, there's not going to be much weekly downside, in terms of higher time frame reversing at the moment. This could simply just be a break and retest for now. Although we're seeing a lot of negative news come out of Japan in terms of, not negative, sorry, a lot of positive news for there, but negative for our pair, of course. But a lot of positive news come out about potential wage increase. But again, remember what I just said, potential. Nothing is confirmed, but if we see that stuff start to be confirmed, which is starting to look a little bit likely, I do expect jobs to increase here, then we will see that weakness continue in the pound here, and the yen will start to become stronger. But in saying that, we don't know when that will happen. We don't know when, we don't have an official announcement this week for the JPY. So basically for now, we can treat this as retesting the top of the range. And there's no doubt that we could bounce from here, retest higher before even coming down, or we could just continue up if all of that gets thrown out the window, right? So that's why we trade off technicals as well and have fundamental understanding just to know what's going on. So if we go ahead and look at the daily time frame here, if we look at the daily time frame, what we can see is that daily time frame still respecting this support here. So that's our most recent range support. We're still respecting that support. So that's showing me that there's no real indication of, price closing below a support to at least continue down to these wicks. This is starting to become a whole rejection zone somewhere in here. Oops, that brings back my drawings. But this is starting to become a whole rejection zone somewhere in here between basically 900s to around 300s. It's a whole rejection zone. And even when you go down on 4 hour, you can see how price is just holding supports at that zone, right? You can see here we come retest, retest, reject, reject, reject. So that's what we're working on at the moment. Previous 4 hour close bearish, previous daily is, bullish, previous daily is bearish, giving us a mixed session here, but we are inside of this consolidation range here. And we basically need to make a decision, break out to the upside or break out to the downside. So if we bring back drawings, we can see how tight the ranges are inside of these zones here. So we're working on very tight ranges, especially down here is a lot of rejection. We even have another 4 hour support right here as well that we have to mark. So it's just making even more and more lines. So the more lines that I start to see on my chart here, the more I start to realize, okay, fine. We're just trading in a super tight range here, right? We're starting to trade in a super tight range, and that's what we're seeing. So yeah, with that we kind of have to wait for some price action to see what's going on. But when we go down to lower time frames here, such as the 1 hour, you can start to see that 4 hour resistance is holding a support here. A lot of rejections coming from here, a lot of wicks rejecting from this zone here. 30 minutes going to be a support down here. So this is one of the formations that I really dislike, is whenever you go down a lower time frame, one time frame is clean and another time frame is not, and that's just telling me that this is a rejection zone. So 4 hours showing rejection, and then you go and you're like, okay, is the 1 hour clean? Yes, 1 hour looks clean. Then you go to 30 minute, oh no, there's a support. Then you go to 15, then it looks clean on 15, but then there's actually a support somewhere higher. So this is all turning into a rejection zone, which is probably where you see a lot of fake outs somewhere in this zone. So I wouldn't mind seeing price come down, fake out, and then close back inside the range. I'll be interested to try buy this based on the previous 4 hour candle closing bullish. I'm not comfortable selling into this rejection zone. Every single sells has basically almost failed except for this one candle here. These sells here, this sell actually did continue here, this one right here, but they're not fluid sell. The buys have been much more aggressive from this zone, which is why if we get some sort of fake out, I'll be interested more into buying that fake out into selling, because even if I mark this 4 hour resistance and we go down to 30, there's a support right here, and from there to there is like what, 9 pips, you know, and that's not even accounting something closing below, right? So maybe we'll see what time that happens. If it's happening at a later time, yeah, you know, not later, but I mean at like a high volume time, London Open, maybe we can give it a shot to see what happens at that support. And maybe this is the time that we break through just using momentum to our advantage. But this happening anytime early, I don't trust it. Like if this happens in the next 15, 20 minutes, I don't trust it at all, right? Because it's too early for that type of volume to come through. Now, for buys here, on the other hand, for buys, we do have a lot of overhead resistance here, right? We have 4 hour at this yellow line here. If we go look where that yellow line is, it's just somewhere up here. 30-minute. You probably need a 1 hour clearing. Then the 1 hour is right here. Yeah, this is a tough spot for sure, man. For sure, a tough spot. Yeah, it's a tough spot. It's quite hard to make a plan where to buy. Obviously, you don't want to be buying higher. The higher you buy, the harder it is, because that could be the move. Obviously, buys are clean above here, but that's too late. That's too late to take a buy there. That's way too late. So, what would we buy? I need more price action. I probably could look for the 4 hour to be broken here, but I need price to close above and create some sort of support. And when that support is created, I can just rely on price action continuing this move. And that's how I can, you know, that is how I can basically populate that buying scenario. So that's something I'm going to look for there. If we have a look at gold on the other hand here, gold opened up. I expected it to open up on a bigger gap. We opened on a smaller gap here. Tried to retest towards the upside, obviously failed. We've come down now and starting to consolidate. If we look at previous daily here, still closing very bullish. Weekly as well, closing very, very strong bullish here. We were discussing this in the webinar with the guys about, you know, potential continuation, but this is definitely a big candle here. And it's pretty hard to say, like, we don't know what the real catalyst is behind this move. People are saying it's because of just hype. People are saying it's because of, you know, banks buying up gold, which obviously has a role to do this, but there's not one fundamental event that's like, this is exactly why we're having this move, and that's it, you know? So, you know, fundamental understanding of why this is exactly moving, obviously we know roughly, but there's not one event that said this has caused this, you know, such as like tensions in Middle East or something like that. But obviously leaving a bit of a rejection wick, which is giving us a range here. A key level is going to be, I'm surprised it didn't just go ahead and tap 2200, but 2195 is going to be your major breakout zone here. So if I clone this and double click that and go coordinates 21, let me click here, 2195. Yeah, so that's your major breakout zone. So if we get above there, that's where we could see continuation into the 2200s, maybe 2205. In terms of lower time frame at the moment here, looks like we're just building some form of consolidation here. Well, yeah, looks like we're just chilling out here. We need more price action. Again, selling gold is not ready yet. You don't even have one 4 hour candle engulfing a previous bullish 4 hour candle, right? Look at this, right? You don't, this 4 hour candle is not even engulfing that bullish candle. This one's not yet. So let this develop here, but this is the first sign of some sort of reversal pattern. And what I mean by reversal pattern is we're having price try to close bullish, fail, and then go up again, then now try close below. So if you get this 4 hour candle closing somewhere deep, that could be opportunity to continue sells. It's a potential, but we need price action to develop. This could just as easily come back down, use this as a rejection zone, and then we see price do this, right? And then we see this later on reject from up here where we respect this daily high here. You know, this is going to look very enticing here to continue buys, but really we could start rejecting above daily highs. So I'd be very careful. I mean, if you're taking buys from the bottom of this range, if we eventually just form this range a little better, and let's say we come back down to the bottom of the range, 2170, we start to see change of structure, then we can look to take buys towards the upside. But this today is going to be very important for gold traders to watch what the London 4-hour candle is going to do. Asian 4-hour candles, not enough information for us to trade London with good probabilities on gold here, because we don't have much information of that candle. We need to see a momentum candle here. We need to see what we can do, because if the 4-hour candle is closing bullish, then high chance New York will continue to at least come back and retest daily highs here. Now, that's our potential rejection zone, but at least it gives you the shot to retest daily highs. And if you go on lower time frames here and look at the 15-minute, you can see we have ranges to buy above with clean candles to be taking those trades towards daily high. And then obviously daily high will be your target. You see what happens at daily high, reanalyze and come back, right? But nothing indicates long term just yet that sells make sense. You know, pullbacks are inevitable at some point here, but you can't be trying to call tops at the moment. So if we are going to, let's say, counter trend gold, because that's what it's going to be at the moment, is counter trend, then what we need to see in leading into New York, this London candle give us, even if it chops like this on slowly makes its way down like that, we need to see the London candle give us that 4-hour strong closure so that New York can continue that momentum. So yeah, gold, a little bit of patience here, waiting to see, you know, what we can do. But a lot of people get messed up in this range, especially that we're in the middle of the range. Hardest place to trade is in the middle of the range. This is where you'll find most of your inconsistency, is in the middle of the range. So if you're at the bottom of the range, yeah, fine, look for that type of bounce play, support to form. Being at the top of the range, again, I'm not looking to sell gold just right now, sorry, you know, not looking to sell gold at the moment. So yeah, that's the analysis on both GJ and gold. Hope that made sense to all of you. And if you did like the analysis, you guys know the drill. If we can do the YouTube business, how much of us in here? We have around 500 of us in here on Monday. Appreciate everyone showing up. If we can get the likes up to at least 200, then I don't have to ask. So I would appreciate that. And you guys know the drill. Hate to say it, but part of the game. So we'll see what ends up happening. Then after 5 minutes, someone will ask, Harry, please check gold. That's facts, bro. That's facts. I'm just waiting for that. That's definitely facts. I'm sorry, Harry. I joined late. I'm going to watch the analysis. No, I respect you because you said you're going to watch the analysis. All right. There are tensions. Gold is fundamentally, there aren't any tensions. There's always been tensions, but I mean, it's just all layering in it. The tensions have already been priced in from our last push-up. This is a completely new push-up here. Can I see your line markings, Harry? Just against mine? Yeah, what time frame do you want though? Gold just returned to the exact same price it was 12 hours ago. Guess we need to wait to see relevant changes? Exactly. We need information from this London 4-hour candle because this is going to be the first, let's say, higher volume session where we could see potential movements. If this London 4-hour candle is closing with rejection, no reason why we can't go and revisit daily highs, right? Daily highs can be revisited. Can we check GU? Yeah, we can have a look at GU. All right. That's a fat daily candle there. It's very interesting to see how much yen strength has come into the market, right? We can obviously, this is pound against the dollar, man. It's not like the pound is, this is pound against the dollar, the strong currency, which is a dollar. Like, you know, it's showing that there's damn good amount of pound strength here. You know what I mean? Because this is pound being strong against the dollar. So for GJ to be going down is pretty nuts, right? To show you how much JPY strength there is. Like, people are just so hyped about the JPY. As soon as there's any talks about that, you know, whole big shift, it's like boom, just full on. It's showing you the like how much JPY bulls there are in the market. But yeah, daily candle closing bullish here. 4 hours probably doing some sort of consolidation. Yeah, a little bit boring consolidation. You need to clear this 4-hour resistance. Where do you have? You have a little bit of a 4-hour zone right here. We probably tapped into that, I would assume. Yeah. So your buys are going to come above that. You could try to buy to that, to be honest. I don't know how big that range is. Yeah, 9 pips. You could try, yeah, you could try to buy to that area, but that's your major watch area. If you start rejecting that area, you got to be out. But anything above this area, support above, is going to give you the continuation. But for now, we're mainly bullish. Again, same thing with gold. This London can give you good information. You have deep 4-hour candle closing. You can get some continuation down in New York before maybe retracing and creating that higher low. You know? So it's a little bit similar. I did join late on Friday and asked, but not today. Thanks for deep analysis. Well done, well done. Getting some of 30 pips on ups and down sell side in top of consolidation 5 to 8 pips. Yes, because we're trending. If we're trending up, you're obviously going to get more pip wise, right? You're always going to get more pips on the way up than on the way down. But if we're trending down, that will flip, right? That's why it's important to follow a bias. Because think about it. How hard, like, it's easier to make money when we are moving in a trending market, or we are following bias because there's more of a move that we expect to happen in a bias. So let's say that today we expect price to move an average from daily open to daily close, let's say 80 pips. But during that day, it moves 80 pips up. We see 80 pips worth of progression. But maybe during the day, there was 20, 30 pip pullbacks. It's still easier to find a buy when we've moved from point A to point B in 80 pips than trying to catch 1 or 2 of those 20, 30 pip pullbacks. They could be fast pullbacks, right? But yeah. Do you have your bias indicator on the screen? I do, but I don't keep it active because I know exactly how it was coded because I made it, obviously. So I know how bias is myself anyways. How much YouTube pay you for the live stream? Around $3. $3. If the live stream does well, then let's say it gets like higher than average views, maybe it goes up to $4, $5. But then I think if you withdraw money from YouTube, you get cut like 30-40%. So realistically, you're making $2.50 or something. But that's not why I live stream, to make money. If I did, then I would be struggling. I'll definitely be struggling. To make money on YouTube, you really need to be pushing views. Like you can't just post value. How was the webinar yesterday? We did that day before yesterday. It was a great psychology webinar. A lot of positive feedback from the people who watched the psychology webinar. We saw in the group here that a lot of people seem to benefit from it. Everyone seemed to like it here. Got a lot of comments about that. But yeah, it's been good. It's been good, you know. This I'll answer on stream. This was long. So yes. I think you miss out on my comment. Yeah, it's too long to answer. I wanted to answer that in speech. It was 8:30 at night. Yes. I'm just leaving it here. Didn't miss it. We have Zoom. This is the power of Zoom calls. Much easier to reply things on Zoom. Look at my answers here. They're just shorter answers. Your answer, it's a bit of an essay. I would need to go more into depth about it. Let's see your EU plans. Kind of similar to GU here, actually. But you're on bearish bias, huh? Let me have a look. So I wouldn't be looking for buys if we're on bearish bias here. Previous daily closing with kind of a weak bearish here. Previous 4 hours closing bearish like this. Yeah, I get it. I get it what you mean looking for that. Yeah, I think you just need to be fast to manage this type of trade. This is going to be a rough zone, you know. This is definitely going to be, it's kind of mixed. I agree with you. It's just going to be a rough zone. So the trade does make sense, but you need to be pretty aggressive with it. Yesterday's video was amazing, bud. Oh, I'm glad you liked it, man. Harry, you have 2 hours, 3 hours, and 12 hours on your time frame. Do you use them? Do I have 2 hours? Yeah, I do, but I don't use them. I don't use them. Gold analysis, please. We've done gold analysis. You know, definitely go back, rewind the stream, and watch the gold analysis. I'm sure it can help you. Webinar was excellent. If you missed it, let me tell you, you missed out. Thanks, Harry. Better mindset, more focused, and excited to apply what you taught me. Yeah, I think it was a great webinar. How long did it end up? How long did that end up being, that webinar? 48-minute webinar. So pretty good. Nice little special webinar here. I think it covered a lot of good points here. A lot of points that people will miss. And the only audience I would want to give this type of webinar would be to people who are taking things seriously. But yeah, it's good we have the recording now. Anyone in the future can end up watching that if they join the exclusive group. So that's nice that they have that there. What's purple line in your chart? Key levels. "48-minute recording, but after that we talked also. Not that people think it was short. No, I don't think they'll think 48 minutes is pretty good for a psychology webinar. But actually that day, normally my webinars are around like an hour, but that day we went and we had a lot. We did psychology, we talked, then I did the weekly analysis for everyone. So I spent around, you know, almost an hour, 45 minutes. So quite a good amount of time. So no, we definitely weren't short. We spent an hour 45. Exactly, Gmail. Ramadan Mubarak to everyone who is fasting. I soon hope to eliminate FOMO because of you, Harry. Target is to be like you when entering the trades. Yeah, I mean, don't have to be exactly like me, but you just have to maybe follow the same principles. Is London open now or an hour later? Yes, an hour later, but I like to trade. If you look at what time our trades come, right? If you look at the stream journal here, you can see most of the trades are about this time here, around pre-London time. This is a juicy time for trades. More recently, a little bit later, we've seen 12, 12, 12, but this is a juicy time for trades. We normally see the volume like to come in just before London, and then London tries to continue it. So pre-London is a very good time to trade. I'll tell you one thing actually. Pre-London is better to trade than post-London. That's for sure. Like, literally 30 minutes before London Open is probably the best time. What do you say about gold, bro? You can rewind the stream and have a look at the whole gold analysis that I spent some good time. Yeah, Bitcoin's pumping here. Had a little bit dip down. And we're seeing it pump back to the highs here. I don't see this not going at least 71, 72 eventually. Be surprised. Frankfurt just opened? Yeah, it's already opened. When the little hand is on 8 and the big hand is on 12? Yeah, exactly. How's your month going? Is that taking the piss of like YouTube chat, or are you actually asking? Do you think in pre or post NY USD JPY is better? I think USD JPY is good post NY Open and NYSE. Yeah, it's going good, man. We're probably, let me just check how much. I haven't checked. Don't really look all the time. It's good to know. So let's see. Oh, not bad, not bad. What's this? 2. Yeah, just above 4.5%. 4.6 probably it would if you immediately calculated it. Be a good idea to get us to get used to trades by just leaving the charts after entering a position. That might cause the stress, right? You want to avoid the stress. So it's a good practice anyways. That's how I trade when I'm in the gym, right? I actually don't look at the charts when I'm in the gym. Take the trade and then just get on with my workout. So yeah, I think it's a good drill. There's no harm in doing that. I'd say you need to be good at both, right? You need to be good at both. Has the bull run began? Yo, if you don't think the bull run has began, and we've had a move all the way down from 20k to 70k, you're sleeping. Sorry, brother. Sleeping. That's enough of a bull run. Right? To go from, what were we at? 15k here? We went from 15k lows, 16k, and we're at 70k right now. It can stop right now, and that's still considered a bull run. It's been a massive push. $70k. Should be trading Bitcoin. I'm trying this strat. What's this strat? Sell at floor 115. Super funny, bro. Damn, XRP, how many bull runs will it miss? Yeah, London Open will be different for you guys in America right now. London Open is gonna be, what is it gonna be for you guys? It's gonna be, if I'm not wrong, it's gonna be an hour earlier. Harry, London opened already? London is not open, guys. Trust me, I know my daylight savings. That was America that changed. Bro, don't need to even spam. He's spamming me on chat. Yo, bro, you're just gonna be banned here. Mods, ban him, please. Get the ban hammer here, brother. Such an idiot, bro. Spamming chat. It's bad when you spam chat and you're wrong. It's like, I'm so confident that London has opened. Imagine he's right. I'm 99% sure he's not. %99 sure. Yeah, I'm right. Thank God. Yeah, look. London opens at 12 o'clock, same time. But New York is earlier. New York is earlier. See, that's what I said. New York used to open at 5. Now it's going to open at 4. Until the European times changed. When the European times change, then yes, we'll open at 11 a.m. Dubai time. 11 a.m. Dubai time, we will open. Yeah, Frankfurt and Europe will change when? I think it's April 30 something. Just USA brokers don't like indices and gold. Any leverage above 1 to 50, we got to use unregulated brokers. Yes, that's the case around. That is mostly the case around the world. It's March 31st. Yeah. Such a gap, actually. Yeah, you're right, Lori Jane. 31st of March. It's a big gap. I mean, what are we with the 11th of March, and it's like 10 days of where we have this very close sessions. All my over traders will be happier because now they have to wait less between the sessions. Before they had to wait 2 hours. Now it's only an hour, so they get to blow more money quicker. So that means New York Stock Exchange open is going to be 5:30. It's actually much better for my own schedule. Darn, I didn't know that the time changed while looking back at the chart 6 months ago. Now when I started backtesting, now I'm laughing to myself. No, it's okay. I mean, the only complicated one is when London is staying the same and New York has changed. When they both adjust and they come back into like, back into like their normal state, then you won't notice the difference because 8 a.m. will be 8 a.m. and 8 a.m. in New York will be 8 a.m., you know? The only person that actually makes a difference is a country like mine where we don't have daylight savings. So my whole schedule changes by an hour. Hi, I've just completed the analysis. You did not say anything about UJ today. Can you please tell something? I mean, yeah, since you said nicely, I can have a look at UJ. We don't normally look at UJ, but, you know, since you asked nicely and UJ is ranging, why not? Yeah, a lot of yen strength, man. Look at this. Right, where are we on the daily? So daily is getting pretty close to this support here. Weekly, you know, still has room to continue down. Daily is getting pretty close to the support. 4-hour time frame is trying to create a support here. So we're seeing a bit of a mixed session here, opening up the week here. I feel like on UJ it would probably make more sense to try sell. Where's the 4-hour support though? All the way down here. We have to put a line just to see that. Yeah, I think sells below kind of 146.853 makes sense to get to this 4-hour support on UJ because we're definitely more bearish than bullish. Counter trend buys can end up making sense above 147. I would say leave this range here. It's too choppy. It's kind of like this messy range we're in for GJ at the moment. This one right here. Too choppy. EJ, minute 30, any feedback? Let's have a look. Oops, I opened it twice. Let's have a look, let's have a look. Alright, ranging here, counter trend buys, yeah, pretty similar to what we're looking at. Bearish mixed. Yeah, that 4 hour is pretty too close, I think, for EJ, eh? It's too close for EJ. So probably selling below the 4 hour. Yeah, it looks fine. Yeah, I think this is too close. By the time you get a close below, maybe it can be an issue. I mean, if you have five pips, maybe you could try. That would be your riskier entry. This would be your safer entry. For sure. Camel Forex. Bro, that's a goated name, bro. 10 out of 10 for the name. 10 out of 10 for the name. That is definitely... Good job for that, man. Camel Forex. Doesn't that... That's... That's the best shit, man. Bitcoin, everyone's going nuts about Bitcoin. Yo, yeah, Bitcoin went nuts. I guess 72, here we come. Damn, this is nuts, bro. Good, let it pump, let it pump. Pump my bags, Mr. Bitcoin, pump my bags. I want to cash out fully so bad. Cash out fully and blow the money. Spend it on something. I do think if we keep consolidating here and by London Open, maybe we get a dip that down below here. We could try maybe below the 4 hour, a quick little scalp and try to break this 30-minute support here. I don't like the rejection zone, but if we just don't go up all session, then I don't see why we can't retest here first, at least for a scalp, at least 10-12 pips. But I'll probably be aggressive with break even on that type of move. How can I boost my trading? You just add a turbo and you'll be able to add boost, brother. Then you'll be fine. You want to boost your knowledge without overwhelming yourself, given break-even stage more available time while keeping my strategy simple. Yeah, you just need to be in an environment that you can constantly gain feedback to see what you're doing. That's what's going to keep things simpler, because if you're by yourself trying to populate thoughts, that's where it can get overcomplicated, and you might be focusing on things that are actually not necessary, and you might be focusing on things that you shouldn't be focusing on. So that is going to be the best way. Break-even stage is a great stage to be at. You're one step away from profitability. So yeah, definitely a great stage. You just have to find out what's causing you to not be break even. Is it not holding trades long enough? Is it there could be super many reasons, you know, there could be many reasons. Are you just taking unnecessary trades? Over trading? I was thinking getting below minute 15 support, aggressive BE. Yeah, depends how we close below that. I would prefer to see like a 1 hour close below. Problem is that 4 hours is just lurking, right? It's lurking very close. So if you close too deep, let's say you close somewhere here, Yeah, it's 5-6 pips. I mean, you could try and then see what happens, but definitely need to close below this wick, I would say. We'd see what time that populates here. If we could get that with a 30, would be more confidence inducing. But definitely a fake out zone this first section. But yeah, if we get it at a time, it could be worth a short aggressive B, especially with nice top wick. Could be worth a short aggressive B. Give me a sec, guys. I'll be back. Yeah, this is what I was looking at, but check the 30, right next to the 30. So you rather just try sell there, right? Because if we're gonna go down there to begin with, you know, it's so close to the 30 that. Look, if you put a line here, it's so close to this. You're getting lower and lower in the rejection zone. I sell where? What do you mean I sell where? Not even in a trade. Hey boss, how are you doing? Bring out the lobster? Yes sir. Hope you're well, man. Okay, close below. We don't know where it will close below. What candle won't? The chart wasn't for you. Now you destroyed my plan. What's your plan? You can still follow it. I just gave feedback on your plan. Backtest, backtest, backtest. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Is Satoshi Nakamoto holding a lot of Bitcoin? And who is he? Well, no one knows who he really... Well, I'm sure people do know who he really is. Imagine this is one big game and Satoshi is actually the government. And then you get bamboozled again. You know? Right? This is all one big game and who ends up being Satoshi is the government. It was all started to give you guys hope, to make it seem like you have decentralization and you have control, just to end up in destination screwed. Is the orange line your TPs? No, the orange lines is my support and resistance. I like that theory. The government is not that smart. No, maybe it's smoking mirrors. Are you in a trade? This is the story of my life, brother. That question is the story of my life. Are you in a trade? Yes, I'm in 15 trades, brother. 15. Up around 1.3 million. Live work for Monday morning. Monday morning millions. Yeah, this can make sense, but now what's happening is, look what's happening. You're just starting to make excuses to take trades, right? You're seeing price range. Like, let's say you came to the chart fresh. You haven't seen anything today. Would you immediately think to yourself, I'm taking a trade from here? You know what I mean? But yes, it is an option. I do agree with that. But if you have, you know, profit to play with, then I don't see why not. But I don't even think you'll get the close. It's just going to go back down. And then it just ends up being choppy, you know. I mean, it's not like you're missing out on big boy stuff here. Harry, when to sell my house? When should I buy a cat? When should I eat? What color should I wear today? Keep them coming. Keep them coming. DJ break 80 now? Yeah, it's trying its best. We'll see how this candle closes in 5 minutes. A lot of information we can get from this candle close here. Yeah, I think if we close below this small support here, there should be a chance to retest the 4-hour support and then see what happens. But just going off the rip, I'm not confident, especially in this kind of fake out zone here. You know, we don't have one candle closing bearish here actually. Everything's closing bullish. We have previous 1 hour closing basically doji, previous 30 closing bullish, previous even 15 is closing bullish. So I definitely need a bearish close to take a bearish move here. That's for sure. Tried this on gold using 5-minute, broke the high, moved my stops to manage, went into profit but got stopped. You either, when you move stops, I would recommend always moving stops just to break even or leaving them in original position. This is not enough information to move stops higher. And if you're going to move stops higher, it has to be from the rejective low here. Not from this low, because that's the last sign of rejection. The same way you would have put stops, you wouldn't put stops below this low, you'd put stops below that low. Right? So yes. Just, if you ever take one of those, just leave stop in original position, and the only time you can move it is if it makes sense to move to break even. That's normally better. Managing on 5 is tough, you know. Very inconsistent, especially on gold in a range, you know. It's like double whammy. Alright, subscribe to the gym this weekend. Yeah, I saw you posted in general. Well done for that. I'm dead. That's how you should feel, man. Now you'll just feel better and better every single time. Unless you keep pushing yourself harder and harder. But then it just becomes what you strive to achieve. Chest and triceps and belly fats. That's good, man. So your plan, possible continuation buy, yes, we were looking at this volume setup, SL, yes, looks fine. Sells you want below this line here, yeah, I think this needs to be this is more of an aggressive sell. I would be careful with that because very close to the 4-hour. So just be aggressive with management on that one. Just be aggressive with management. Besides for help, it's also discipline. Exactly, brother, exactly. Yeah, anything you need, any help, feel free to message in the group. Discipline with food, discipline with charts. Well, you have to start somewhere. I definitely do agree with that, Claudio. I think it's a whole package. If you're disciplined in gym, then you add food, then charts are going to be like that. Pro gym tip, pre-workout drinks make it so easy. No, stay away from that from in the beginning. I don't drink pre-workout. Just espresso. Hey, Harry, daylight saving times now affect here in America. It's currently 12:27 a.m. here in California. Does that mean London session is now open or does it open at 1 a.m.? Yes, it will open at 1 a.m. for you. Now London session will open at 1 a.m. All right, look at this candle, right? This is why we waited for closes, because it just dipped below and then rejected. So I want you guys to understand, sometimes you guys see price just shoot straight through a zone and you're like, we should have just sold without the close. No, this is the reason we don't sell without closes or buy without closes is because of this potential rejection. And now you don't even have probabilities on your side, right? You don't have probabilities on your side. And that's the problem. At least when we have a close, not only do we have probabilities, we have confirmation. And that's a win, right? That in itself is a win, because now if you were in this trade just taking it based on just the break, you're sitting there wondering, was this a good idea? You know, hopefully the next candle would close below. Hopefully I get something, and then you don't. How to take a screenshot on TradingView? You just go to the camera icon and you have all options. You can download the image, copy the link, tweet the image, whatever you want. Harry, how and when do you remove the old lines? Based on how many times the zone has been crossed and if it's not relevant anymore, and I update my lines every session. But you know, you're not removing all of your lines every session. It's normally like 1 or 2 lines getting dragged and stuff like that. What's your opinion on doing DCA in Forex? I do DCA in crypto, but I'm thinking Forex as well. Well, the difference is that Forex is not, Forex ranges a lot. You have a lot of ranges in Forex. We go up, we go down, whereas assets normally are on an upside trajectory. So essentially what you would be doing in Forex is you'd be martingaling. As price goes lower, you would keep on buying down, which is not the best idea on an asset that could have big swings towards the upside and downside, right? It's not an asset that continues, you know, rising, right? Unless fundamentally. Hey Harry, do note that this bearish move was just a liquidity grab, took out the 4-hour low. Yes, it's a potential, but we still could get a move down to the 4-hour resistance before continuing up later, and that could be enough just to get a scalp, you know, because we don't know if we can set up for buys. Maybe there's no way to enter buys, so that's how it is. How much do you pay for your gym monthly gym membership? Minus 50 USD per month, Anytime Fitness, so need to force myself to go to the gym. Yeah, mine costs around $250, $280, but by the time I take a yearly membership, I'm paying around $250 a month on gym membership. Hey Harry, do you have any course? I do have a free course on my YouTube channel. So if you want a course, you can go to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out yesterday's video. Very, very informative video. And yeah, you can watch the free course here. But yeah, definitely check out yesterday's video about my 15-minute scalping strategy. And yeah, it's basically what we use on stream. Also, if you're enjoying the stream, be sure to leave a like. We'll see what's going on here on the charts. Let's see how deep this 5-minute candle closes. We could try a little aggressive scalp here. But if this 5-minute candle closes too close to the 4-hour support, then I'm not too interested, to be honest. Remember, we need to be careful of this 4-hour support. No need to force anything. This is just a 5-minute close. This is only 4 pips so far. Anything deeper, then it's going to be no thank you, my friend. We'll probably wait for something below the 4-hour support. It's also a 1-hour support. 4-hour, 1 hour. Bro, the reason you're trading Gbpjpy is based on success rate? Yes, I've also back tested that. Wow, how so much for gym? Because my gym has a lot of features. It's also in a little bit more of an expensive area, and it's pretty big, and they have like pool access and all of this different access that I never use. But the main reason I'm happy to pay that is because of the network you can build in there. You know, people who are going there are very, very successful people. Well, not all, but you know, you can meet very, very good individuals there, which is definitely something that's useful. Definitely. Right, what type of range do we have going on here? 3 pips? Ugh. Don't even know with spread if 3 pips is enough to get to break even here, man. Less than 3 pips now. Because you'd have to quickly break even at how big is spread? Spread is around a pip. This close, no bottom wick, open, no top wick. What's the name of that? No bottom wick, no top wick? Marabuzu or something? Yeah, I think here patience is going to pay me today by waiting for this 15-minute closure here. If we can close below the 1 hour, I think we get much better move. More confirmation, closer to London Open. We'll avoid fake outs. So let's see if we can. I do expect us to tap the 4-hour resistance. I mean, if you want to try tap the 4-hour resistance, if it's enough for you spread-wise, if we get in on the flip here, 2.6 pips, you know, without spread, you're looking at like 1 pip here. So, I mean, yes, this is where I expect it to tap here. But if you start rejecting 4-hour resistance, then that's going to be it. Game over. And this is what's really hard to predict. Like, could I have predicted that we pushed through enough to get to break even? Maybe we just tapped it and reject. But look, this rejection here, I would have to be break even here, and that's me out. That would be me out, you know, because I don't know now. We're at 4-hour support. It's not my rules to sell at 4-hour support. So that rejection right there would be me out, and we would have just wasted commission, really. Was it a shot? You could see it was, right? I told you it would allow us to get to 4-hour support, but sometimes it's just not worth to test 4-hour support. 2-3 pips to 4-hour support, sometimes it's just not worth that. All right? Sometimes it's just not worth to try, you know, get in for 2-3 pips to see what happens. If it was like 4 or 5 pips, yeah, of course, because even this small push below, we could get a little bit more, but not all the time, you know? Is it worth it? And you'd have to manage accordingly, right? And since we tap 4-hour support, since we tap 1 hour, 4-hour support, I'd have to manage that and go break even. You know, because that would have been my rules. My spread is 2.5 pips, so it's basically 0.5 pips for me. Yeah, it's tough when it's that close. Hopefully we can reject now, create some sort of resistance, and then close like this. If we can close like this in 6 minutes here, after creating a rejection, which is probably what we would need to close like this in 6 minutes, I'm happy to give that a shot down to the 30-minute and see what happens. Because I'd rather be below a 1 hour, below a 4 hour, and then test a 30-minute. I think that will be a lot better. Because we have room till around 500 here. If not, this like, you might be really focused on sells here. Remember, I'm not that focused on sells here as well. right? This could end up being a setup for buys right now. We could buy London Open, create a support, and be looking for buys. This is just creating an LTA, so remember that. This would be a high risk trade. Which one? The 15-minute closing below? No, 15-minute closing below won't be a high risk trade. The support created won't be a high risk trade. That would just be like our setup one, you know, following the rules. A high risk trade right now would be just selling break of 4-hour support. Stop loss above the range. Like if you go with that idea, you know, where you're wrong. You're wrong basically here. So you need to go like 25 pips stop loss. And then you target here maybe 18, 17 pips. This 5-minute here was also good, but I would have managed. I would have managed myself because you don't know. You're playing with 50-50 here. You're playing with 50-50, you know. Yeah, there was not even 1-minute structure before that to manage your trade. So you probably have to say, okay, I'm going to go break even and accept it. You have no top wick on 15? I think I have a top wick on 15. Yeah, there is one. There is one. It's a really nipple one, but it does count. It does count. Might whip you all out. Yeah, that's why I'm saying this could be a pullback for upside. Remember the zone we're in. This is not everyone FOMOing into sells now. Be careful, man. Look at what's happened at this zone. This is a very tough zone to sell at. Like, you know, shouldn't be trying to force sells in this zone anyways. You know, shouldn't be forcing sells in this zone. It's a very hard zone to sell at. Look at the rejections we've had in here. So, if we reject another time, then there's opportunities for buys. There's opportunities for buys. Isn't this week NFP? No, that was last week. Sorry to keep asking the same question, but does it mean NYSE are at different times? Yes, NYSE will be 1 hour difference for you. I mean, there'll be a 1 hour difference from the time it was before. So depending on where you live, you'll have to check, but it will be moved by an hour. Like, for example, for me, it's an hour before now. Better to wait for setup 5 from the bottom of the range. Yeah, it's safer, but, you know, with London Open volume, you could just literally just see a setup 2, you know, to try get in. I'm confused on that. Does Europe have daylight savings? They do, but they don't change this time till March 31st. So we have this weird gap or this weird period of where volume is completely going to be like, you know, now the time between sessions is going to be shorter for maybe around 12 days, 12 to 15 days. Hawaii doesn't have any, so I'm confused. Yeah, Dubai doesn't have any as well. NY has come back an hour, means I can trade it pre-NY in Australia. Now it's 10 p.m. Open is 11. I can trade pre in the open, but then after that I'll sleep, won't stay up for NYSE. Yes, you can. Pre is normally you'll have to see it at maybe 11 o'clock. 11 o'clock is normally the time. Alright, this 15-minute candle is closing here, sitting right at the 30-minute support, as we can see. Be interested to see if this 15-minute candle creates a support now. That's a very beautiful retest to the 4-hour. Look at that. Very nice retest to the 4-hour. Targets could be 40. Yeah, if we continue this bearish momentum, for sure. I think 500 first, then 40s. Nice close on 5, like setup 3. Yeah, with the retest. How far is it from the 30-minute? I mean, it's right at the 30-minute. You just have to rely on volume breaking through this. You have 10 pips to 500, a little bit less than 10 pips. 9 pips. Yeah, maybe if it does break that, could get like a 9-10 pip move here. Especially with this top wick. Yeah, I'll see what it populates like. I said a 20 minimum, or you'd have to run it on a 5. Because you'd base it on a 5, right? $12. But I think it would be safer to take a break of this lowest low here. So around 14 it would be. Max target this wick. Could be a risky option here. If we're talking about risky options, this could be it. You know what? Break of the low, I'm going to give this a shot here. Risk it for the biscuit Monday to get to 500 and see what happens. Aggressive BE. Risk it for the biscuit Mondays. This 30-minute support. Yeah, but the 1 hour is clean. The 1 hour is clean, so I feel like this is just a fake support. I feel it's a fake support. It is a riskier shot. But I feel if we could be aggressive with break even on something, could work here. Let's see if we can break the lows. I'm waiting for this 5-minute close actually. All right. Because this is, I just say 27 seconds. I'm going to wait 27 seconds. Yeah, closing. Yeah, I just said that. I just said it. Yeah, look at this closing with rejection. Closing with rejection here. No, I don't like it anymore. Closing with rejection. Fishy. Fishy, fishy. Has to break the lows if it wants to continue. Maybe a close below the fake support. Yeah, that could work. This, yeah, it's very complicated. This, it's very, very complicated. This, very, very complicated to make a decision. It is struggling here. Yeah, I'm sitting out of this. I'm making the decision to sit out. No blue line is there, means nothing. I'm sitting out of this. Even if it just ends up melting to 500 right now, I don't like the way it's acting. I would have expected a quick push off the open. Now we're rejecting 1, 2, 3 times. That third one probably would have triggered me, and I don't really want to be involved. Can I see your journal? Yeah, if you go to the free group, you can find my journal in the free group, and it will look like this. Go to the free group, go to resources in the free group, and you can see my journal. For you, welcome to see it. In here, resources, there's the journal. I think I can stick with my, if this 15 closes bullish here, I might be interested to buy. Let's see. We'll see what happens by London Open candle here. I think that will give us more information, especially if this candle closes back above the 1 hour support, which will close the 15-minute bullish here. There's a break. But that's the move that I was expecting. What purple lines mean? They're just key levels. They're just key levels. We have a whole video on WAP about the key levels. You can check that out. It shows you how to mark those purple lines as well. So this is the break below here. I don't even think I could market execute that. I would have to have a sell stop on that flip. This open no top wick, I would have to just sell stop that. So So we're at the 30-minute support. If this 5 can close below the 30-minute support, maybe that's going to be the option here. We are very close, but now we have structure at least. Gold seems interesting. Yeah, you just have to be careful in this range. I do think it could be a shot for sure. But yeah, it would make sense up to 21.83 here, definitely. With London open. This zone is tricky. This zone is tricky. Just uncomfortable in this whole 4-hour rejection zone. How much? 4 minutes to London open. Let's wait till London open here. Let's wait till good old London open. Hopefully gold can chill for you guys. Alright, that's GJ hit 500 there. Yeah, damn. Ouch. Has my hit rate increased? I think, yeah, it stayed around the same though. I'm running around 79, 80% win rate. Maybe London Open can give us nice setup too. Yeah, especially from this rejection zone. It's just a tough spot to trade. You know, I'd expect it to be like this. This is your, if you ran here your 14 pip, that's your 9 pip move there. That's kind of what you expect. You'd have to kind of risk 14 pips here to gain 9 pips. And if London Open can give you a little bit extra, maybe a 1-to-1 if you're lucky. That would have been that, but that's super high risk actually. That would be your high risk move. Because you're selling at 30-minute support. Yeah, that is your high risk move. My session marker has been London is open. Yeah, your session marker probably doesn't account for daylight savings. You have to probably adjust it manually. You have to adjust it manually, I would say. Gold looks nice, yeah. If it can chill in the last 51 seconds here. If it pushes too hard, you'll be running around 35, 36 pip stop loss. It's already looking to be around 30, 33, 34 pip stop loss. Alright, that's open, no bottom wick there. GJ pushed down there, yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess today I had to force that risky option to be part of this. It was super uncomfortable though. Selling at 30-minute support into a heavy rejection zone. I can't tell you how much that plays out over time. I don't think that plays out much over time. But to find a move out of today's session, that would have been the one. That would have been the one. Just push it super hard on that 5. Go break of low. Hope that your stop loss 16 pips is good. You get around 13 pips here. Even it will be negative risk to reward, but you know, you get something out of it, and that will be it. You have to perfectly close at this wick. It's not too, in hindsight, it's a little bit easier to see that now. But I still do think that this could reverse from here. So if I start to see this, it just might take time. It just might take time. Maybe in the next 1 hour here, we could see this reverse from the bottom of the range, and I'll actually be interested for buys. So I'm not too worried about this. What a pity we chickened out GJ that early. We didn't chicken out. We weren't in. Chickening out is when you get in and then close. That's chickening out. Making a decision not to enter a trade is just a decision. It's not chickening out. It's a decision based on what you're looking at the moment. And that's your job as a trader, right? It's you're analyzing what's your risk parameters here. And I can tell you one thing is that whenever I look at a trade, I say, okay, Harry, is it smart selling at a major rejection zone on higher time frame, a 4-hour rejection zone, a 30-minute support, and you don't even have a 5-minute closing below, you're going 5-minute break. So when I have all of that together, I start to think to myself, actually, no, maybe not the best. So that's why you just make a decision not to take that trade. And what has gold done? Okay, gold's still not giving you that bottom wick you would like, or gave a nipple one here. I guess if you take gold, you have to run that massive stop loss. I don't like running that big of a stop loss during London because we don't normally get big moves in London. All of my guys who are in the group, you guys know we're getting 12, 15 pip pushes during London. So I don't think it'd be worth it running 31 pip stops. If you could get a thunderstorm, then yeah, maybe you could just run stops below the thunderstorm and rely that to get to the next zone. That would also be good. But remember, even if we did take this on the break of the low, we would have been triggered much lower if you market executed, because that 1 minute open no bottom wick rip. If you watch the replay of that candle, it was a very quick push here. Very, very, very quick push. You can actually see that. I'm interested to see that because we have to be realistic and see how fast did that actually push. Let's see. Can confirm 2 pips difference for you? Yeah. that's the push below. Let's see how fast that is. Yeah, this is the push, I think. Yeah, look at that. I wonder how that would have been executed. This thing is melting though. I mean, if we do break out this zone though. Where's the thunderstorm setup video? On my YouTube channel. On my YouTube channel. Bank of Japan, remove the blue line. Melt? Yeah, typical, right? Typical. Even if we got triggered here, that's where we would have been triggered. Yeah, I guess just accept negative risk to reward on this trade. Thank you, Harry, for analyzing UJ. It worked out super well. I took the trade. Nice. Oh, well done, man. Yeah, that's clean on UJ. That's a nice one. Yeah, you took a thunderstorm. Okay, I see that. Yeah, I think UJ was nicer here. Yeah, there you go. Okay, yeah, that's a clean trade, right? Nice 15 close below. That's what we wanted on GJ. That's exactly what we wanted on GJ. What's your stop loss? 12 pips here. You can hold a little bit more. Try get your 1-to-1. But yeah, you closed out. That's fine as well. But yeah, that's what we wanted. Look at that. Even retest the top of the range here. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. Yeah, that was clean. What is gold doing? This is concerning that gold is not moving straight ahead here. Doesn't give confidence into gold move here, right? This is what I mean. The ranges, I typically just stay out the ranges because when we're in a trending move because of potential inconsistency. And I feel if you're going break of high, you have to run the full stop loss here. But to me, it's not personally worth it. But maybe if you really have to, if you can get to the top of the range here, could be worth it. You do have a thunderstorm kind of going on here. I mean, if you really want to risk it for a biscuit, you take the thunderstorm and run stops below here. It's still 18 pip stops. I haven't tested that enough to know the probabilities myself. But it is a setup. You're in longs? No, not yet, bro. Not yet. Don't long just yet. Make a video on the 1 minute squeeze method. Yeah, that video, you guys need to learn the fundamentals first before trying the 1 minute squeeze. That's why I keep that video for the guys in the exclusive group, because when they go through the videos, they're kind of forced to go through the fundamentals. And look how late the 1 minute squeeze is for them. So they watch all the fundamental videos. Like 1 minute squeeze is all the way down inside here, right? That's the 1 minute squeeze video, this one here. So, yeah. Gold, it's too late. I don't think if you're looking for gold, it is too late. $21.86 is a magnet. Yeah, I do think you can get up to that. I mean, if you want to scalp it, then you can go break off this high here, stop loss below this 5-minute 20 pip stop loss, and try get 20 pips up here. That can work. You don't have to run that big stop loss then. Only issue is, can we rely on London here? That's the only thing that I can't. But if you're happy to give yourself a shot, then that will be the shot. Breaking that high. Sorry, Harry, I'll keep quiet. What happened? Man, you can keep talking, man, but just don't spam chat with a lot of comments. Try write in blocks. Otherwise, it's hard for me to keep up with everyone what they're typing, right? If you write line by line, like, no, this is, da-da, da-da, then it's hard for me to keep up with everyone else also writing in chat, right? I like gold setup 3. I think if it breaks that high, that would be your entry. Yeah, I'll have to break this high. Getting rejection here from the bottom of the range. This is a spot where you'd expect rejection, obviously being at the bottom of the range. The same way I would have expected rejection at the 30 and this rejection zone here is the same I'd expect this, but obviously decided not to reject that. So I couldn't be right here, but you can be right here. Gold looks like it wants to fake out in London, which is why you take break of high as high, not on flips or anything like that. Give me a sec, be back. Is MT5 a good broker? I'll head to break it to you. MT5 is not the broker. MT5 is the software that brokers use. Do you consider German 40 or do you do analysis? We have people in the group who trade German 40. I do think it's a good pair, not good pair, but if you're going to trade indices, if you're going to trade indices in London, then that is probably your best shot here. But yeah, they definitely do speak. This is the plans they had on DAX today. Pretty good plans. Damn. Claudio pass FTMO. Congrats, brother. Congrats. Let's go. W's in the chat for him. Passing FTMO. Insane. Look at that. Not small funded account, huh? I think he's passed a big one this time. Should be a big one. The biggest one they have. There you go, man. Well done. Yeah, look at this little gold. Little fake out. This is why I was not comfortable with it. Damn, if I was in this trade, I'd be like, ah, this sucks, bro. GJ here. GJ could get interesting for buys in maybe the next 30 minutes to an hour. Especially if this 1 hour closes bullish. 30-minute change of structure, 5 minute if we get 5-minute change of structure as well. Hi, thanks for being here every day. Yes, I appreciate you thanking me for that, you know, and sometimes, you know, being here every day, it makes things feel slower, you know. Sometimes we don't get moves, sometimes we can't enter moves, but long term, we end up in profit, and that's fact, right? That is definitely fact. I think today, if I'm looking back at the session, riskier option, definitely risk it for the biscuit type thing today. I think it would have paid off. Risk it for the biscuit on this one. What's the probabilities of taking GJ trades during pre-NY, NY open? Sustainable over long term? For sure. I would say not pre-NY, I would say NY. NY open onwards, it is definitely sustainable. We always chat about GJ during those times. On GJ bias is short due to a rate change on yen. That shows me that you don't have enough fundamental education about the yen. If you think that the rate change is already happening, then you need to make sure to do a little bit more fundamental analysis. We speak about this a lot. We've capitalized off upside moves from there being fake news. And all of the news that's coming out is not supported by data at the moment. Yes, they are planning to change rates at some point, but not yet. So we can't be fully bearish just yet. But based on price action, I can agree with you based on price action that we are more bearish posture than bullish. But today we are sitting at a very strong support. And we know this week, until we break the support, 188 is the key level. Till we break 188, we could just chop between here. You could be right for sells. I could be taking buys and then taking sells. Remember, we're at support, so it really can chop and change here, right? Like it is now. It's the fantasy. I know, yeah, a lot of people want to get that generational trade towards the downside, and they want to see this thing short towards the downside. But I don't think it will unravel as quick as we think. I do think that we will have these Japanese strength come in. The Bank of England, also will start to have announcements that are bearish for pound, and we will see kind of downside moves here, but those can easily be bought up very quickly, right? Very quickly, like they usually do, and everyone's going to be try selling and get caught up. So the key thing is just going to be reading price action, right? And if we're just because we have a higher time frame bearish bias doesn't mean that selling at 4-hour support is still okay, because after backtesting over 3 years worth of data, where 3 years we plus of course more than 3 years, but let's say now we're going to the upside, that still doesn't mean that I buy through 4-hour support, right? Or resistance at the case, even though I'm bullish, right? So me selling right here, or selling in these zones which we've had rejection all week, I still need to follow price action to remain profitable long term. So I do think, yes, the option that I was discussing, break of these lows here, was an option here, but definitely more higher risk. Not something I was too comfortable beginning of the week, and that's fine because I'm trying to push my risk up here. So you're going to notice I'm going to be more risk adverse until I get that first trade for the week with higher risk, because that will pay me. If you're not increasing risk, yeah, take the riskier options. This is why I tell people not to copy, because it's different. If I'm increasing my risk by 50% here, I'm obviously going to be taking safer options. Could be setup 3 if it flips. That wick is too long, bro. To take it break of that low, look where you're selling into, man. You're selling into previous daily weekly resistance. You're selling into that previous daily weekly resistance. I mean, you can give it a shot. Oh, not selling, you mean buying. Which one? Oh, on gold, bro. Come on, bro. You wrote could be. Oh, gold. Yeah, you did write gold. Let's see. Yeah, that could work. But you'd have to run stop below that 15 that does flip. So around 30 pip stop. But it would be valid setup 3. Better than previous stop? Yeah, slightly smaller. If you can get a 5-minute close above, let's say this 5-minute closes here and the next one closes above, then you could even just run stops below that 5 to get back up to the next range. What's your thoughts on a 30 bullish close for GJ for buys? Yeah, depend where the 30 closes, but you probably also want 5-minute structure with that 30 close, and then you should be good, yeah. Obviously a 30 bullish close like this is not going to be something too exciting here. Probably want the bullish close back inside the range at least. Tomorrow we have news, right? All right. See what we can do after news tomorrow. We'll be hopefully bringing some easy volume here. I think this forecast here, I need to really think about this. I really think we could have some bearish pound news come out tomorrow. And this thing continue down. I wouldn't be surprised. Been trading yen short since New Year's and gold long since 1985. Yeah, 1985, nice area for gold to long. Yen short since the new year will be a little bit tough, right? We've had an amazing bullish run from the new year, and buying GJ since the beginning of the year has been the best option in terms of trades. 90% of my trades from the beginning of the year has been buys here, right? We see a lot of buys. This is the look at this, all buys. Mostly buys. How many sells? 1, 2, 3, 4, and then the rest buys. Gold continuing the downside move here. Don't think you're going to get that setup 3 now in the next 2 minutes. So I wouldn't be looking for that. Either way, I'll be waiting for the close. Even if this randomly does flip and push, probably best to wait for it. Have an alert, yeah. Should I start trading with $10? If you're happy to trade with $10, if that's a comfortable amount for you, then yeah, that's fine. You can use $10 to trade with. Nothing's going to really happen with $10. It's just going to be a practice account, right? And try practice proper risk management on $10. I mean, you'll be risking 10% per trade minimum. Because I'm super pissed for GJ since I was planning that entry fund this morning. What happened? You didn't find a way to get in or what? Or you just missed it? Broke 5-minute low too fast? It was pretty fast. I'm 12 years old. Is trading good for me? I don't think there's an age number to start trading, but I think at 12, you know, you can learn a lot of skills from this. It'll just take, don't rush it, man. You have time. Time is on your side, and you'll have to just be patient with that. Right? You'll have to learn a lot of emotional discipline, which is tough at that age. But if you can learn emotional discipline at that age, then you're going to be really set up for when you're older. So I think that could be a great advantage for you as well. You know? Yeah, I think we're creating a little bit of a consolidation here at the bottom of the range. I expect it to do something like this before continuing up. I'd like to see something like this, maybe a small liquidity grab down, then flip up. As I said, we would be taking buys in around 30 minutes now. Yeah, probably 30 minutes before the next buys come through here. So I'm going to probably wait for that because that'll be the 1 hour close as well. 1 hour candle closing bullish will give you the option. Selling is going to be below the range here. Once we start to break below the range, we're going to be able to look for more continuation in sells. Later on, even if we take the counter trend buys, if resistance starts to form above here, can be looking for sells towards the downside later on as well, and just play within this choppy range. As for gold, it pulled back into the range here. Now it's just starting to range. We can see during the whole session we're just stuck between here to here. If we do leave here, right, that is where I probably do think we get the move, but trading inside of the range I don't think is that valuable. I think just wait for it to leave the range, and then you'll probably get the move to retest these highs which I was talking about. But remember, the key on gold is going to be waiting for this 4 hour candle to close, because based on how this 4 hour candle closes will give us a lot of information, right? So that is something that you'll have to watch here, right? That is something, oops, you'll have to watch. So definitely keep your eye out for that. And yeah, with that being said, I'm gonna go chill with the exclusive guys now, and I appreciate you. I'll catch you guys tomorrow on tomorrow's stream, and yeah, tomorrow hopefully we get some good pushes here. Definitely gonna be more aggressive tomorrow. Monday is always a day where I like to suss out the markets anyways, and then now I can see aggressive options are playing, especially with news tomorrow. I don't mind being a little bit more aggressive, and that's probably where I'm going to fire my bullets at, being aggressive. So yeah, that's definitely what I'm gonna do. Take care. Thank you for posting L in the chat. Definitely something very, very useful. It definitely tells me how you're gonna set up the rest of your day and the mindset you're going in with the market. So good luck to you, brother, and yeah, appreciate you guys. Catch you guys tomorrow. That being said, take care, trade sharp, and peace. Yes, sir.